Okay, so moving on. Oh, Detective Comics 1091. DC, obviously. Now, this is Tom Taylor with art by Mikel Janín. Now, before I even give the review, and I'm going to do this again in the review, Mikel Janin's art in this book is sublime. Like, if I could have more books of Batman or anything like that with him in, I would jump. His art in this book
Yeah,
just absolutely
he
sets
uh,
it apart.
he drew a lot of Tom King's run on Batman, which I
Mm.
read in the hospital a couple of weeks ago. Really, really cool.
Yeah, it's just so good. I absolutely love it. It just. I'll get into it in the review, but I just want to make a special note of the art. It's so cool. So this issue starts with Bruce Wayne agonizing over those 9 juvenile criminals who've been murdered by a new serial killer that's stalking Gotham, right? In the first issue. Sorry, first installment. And that's made worse as he grapples with the offer and temptation of Sangral, this new
Mm.
super serum that promises to restore his youth. All right. So later that night, he meets Detective Bullock at the morgue as they have a little chat over the body of the kid Batman chased down last issue. All right. So it's clear he feels responsible for hitting this kid. But in all fairness, the kid, he did try and shoot a shopkeeper, right? So, Batman being Batman. But you could feel the guilt coming out of him because he was too slow to catch him before he was murdered by this serial killer. And that's really, really present in that scene. It's really tense. It's really good. So right at the beginning, you're feeling both of those stresses and strains in Batman's mind as it goes through. Now, before we get too deep into that, Oracle lets Batman know that Robin is in pursuit of a van that stashed another possible victim straight off the streets. So he hightails it out of there to intercept. Now, as he arrives, Robin is effortlessly kicking the living shit out of the gang of goons in the back of the van, right? And then Batman joins him, right? When he joins me, he notices that he feels a bit slower. Everything's a bit more laboured, and he acquires like a leg injury during the fight. And he also says, I feel more pain, it takes longer to heal from it. So this furthers his temptation to take this new miracle drug. And this scene is even more important as it's not only pushing Bruce to take the drug, but you can feel that he's determined to not lose another kid, right? He owes it to the other 9 that he couldn't save, and you can feel his guilt. And it's not his fault, but, he's Batman. It's his city. He feels guilt for it. It's really, really well done. And it's all very subtle. So anyway, these goons are subdued, of course. And they discover actually it's the Penguin that's behind this kidnapping, not the serial killer. This kid, he stole some money and, Penguin, he wants it back. So Batman decides he's going to go pay the Penguin a visit and they're going to sort it all out as Robin hides the boy in some luxury hotel until it's safe for him to walk the streets again. So that was pretty cool. So before anything else happens, Batman seeks some advice about his youth-enhancing dilemma from Superman, who would naturally understand the implication of living longer, right, while others do not. This conversation,
Makes
again,
sense.
it really does, right? It's extremely well written, right? You can feel Bruce's internal conflict resonating off the page. And after some comforting word from Superman, Bruce just says, right, I need this drug. And he does. So he takes it. So he visits Scarlet, who's explained in the previous issue, and he has the Sangreal administered. And after a few hours rest, he decides to pay the Iceberg Lounge a little visit, right? He's going to go see Penguin. Now, he gets to test those increasingly youthful muscles because naturally, Penguin's door goons put up a fight. They're not going to let him in. He's not on the list. But he's already feeling the positive effects of the drug and he kicks the shit out of them, right? He teaches them why he doesn't need an appointment to see old Cobblepot. But anyway, Cobblepot runs out and goes, stop. Anyway, they have a little chit-chat. Penguin tells Batman that the kid owes him money. What are you going to do about it? Batman tells him to leave the kid alone. And while he's there, he asks if he knows anything about this new serial killer terrorizing Gotham's youngest criminals, but he doesn't. He doesn't have any information. He has looked into it, but he knows nothing. Now, after reminding Penguin to leave the kid alone, Batman walks out, head high, ball swinging like he's king of the jungle, but it's not over yet. As the issue ends with the reveal of Asima, the scalpel-fingered serial killer, as she attacks the kid the dynamic duo saved earlier on in the issue, as he's watching TV in his secret hotel room, presumably becoming the 10th victim. Wow. Right. I'm hooked. Taylor's absolutely nailed Batman, in my opinion. This is Batman, right? Add to that, like I said earlier, the beautiful art from Mikel Janín, who just seems to have this perfect synergy with Taylor. I mean, I know they've worked together before, but it's just like his words are breathing off the page through the art. It's absolutely so well done. I think what we have here is the beginning of an incredible run of Detective Comics, right? I think this is going to be one that everyone goes back to, everyone remembers, because it is so, so good. Now, There was a lot from the last issue that wasn't continued, such as like the Thomas Wayne, Joe Chill story, but that didn't detract from this book at all. And I'm sure that's all going to be coming down the line, and I cannot wait. As you might have already guessed it, I absolutely loved everything about this book. It's a must-read for every Batman fan. 100% recommend. Go get it, go read it, go love it. So, Jimmy, I know you've not read it yet, and I'm sorry I've told you what happened, but
that's okay.
I promise it won't spoil it because it is so good. All right, so amazing book. Look at that cover. Oh,